What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and today's big topic is that Liverpool want to sign Musiala, the 21-year-old attacker who can play on the wing either side or in the attacking midfield position or even as a false nine, so he can basically play any of the front forward positions. And Liverpool want to sign him because he only has 2 years left on his contract, and so far he hasn't signed a contract extension at Bayern Munich, but Bayern want to ask for £100 million for Musiala, and I think Liverpool are looking at attackers. Fabrizio Romano has already confirmed that, but also we are looking at signing a new centre-back to replace Joao Matip, who is leaving at the end of the season. And also, probably Liverpool don't have 100 million on top of signing a centre-back, so maybe we are willing to listen to offers for Mo Salah. We don't know that yet, but they face competition from Manchester City. So in this video we will explore the latest reports on this Musiala to Liverpool transfer story. But first I want to talk about the Europa League draw, because Liverpool, I think, got the perfect draw. We are going to play Atalanta in the Europa League. We will play the first leg at Anfield on April the 11th, just 4 days after we play Manchester United in the Premier League, and then we will play the second leg away from home, and that is a very good draw. I wanted to avoid Leverkusen and AC Milan. I want to meet them in the semi-finals or the final, but Liverpool can only meet one of those big teams in the final, because the winner of the Atalanta-Liverpool tie will play the winner of the Benfica-Olympique Marseille tie, which are on paper the two weakest sides left in the competition. So Liverpool got the easier side of the bracket, if you like, because on the other side AS Roma will play AC Milan and Leverkusen will play West Ham United. That is a mouth-watering tie between two very strong teams, and of course Roma and Milan are also going strong in the Serie A. They could potentially become Champions League sides next season. Milan probably yes, and Roma still has a chance. So it could be a Liverpool-Milan or a Liverpool-Leverkusen final if Liverpool qualify for the Europa League final, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of the competition. But Liverpool will hope that a lot of our injured players will get back into full fitness by the time the Liverpool-Brighton game rolls around. Tomorrow we play Manchester United in the FA Cup quarter-finals at Old Trafford. Let me know your score predictions in the comments below, and tomorrow I will do a big preview and prediction video for that Man United Liverpool FA Cup quarter-final game. So I'm very happy with the Europa League draw, and in the Champions League there are some tasty draws as well. Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Manchester City, Real Madrid again, like in the previous two seasons, and also Paris Saint-Germain, Barcelona, the famous tie where the remontada happened, the big comeback. PSG won 4-0 the first leg, and then Barcelona won 6-1 in the second leg. And also Atletico Madrid will play Dortmund. So the Champions League draw and the Europa League draws were very interesting. But now let's talk about Musiala, because Liverpool and Manchester City have learned that they have to pay the asking price of Musiala, which is £100 million if they want to sign him. And some newspapers are even saying that there is a possible scenario where Liverpool could decide to sell Salah in the summer to Saudi Arabia for big money. If Salah doesn't want to sign a contract extension, then we could get 150 million for Mo Salah, and that would help the major rebuild that is waiting for the new manager, because there is a new dawn for Liverpool's squad dynamics with Michael Edwards coming in, and there could be a major squad overhaul overseen by Michael Edwards and the new sporting director, which is going to be probably Richard Hughes, the Bournemouth current sporting director. But more on that in the second half of the video. Musiala has got 10 goals and 6 assists this season, but last season he had an even better season, scoring 16 goals in all competitions. And he's not an injury-prone player. Since he has broken through in the Bayern Munich side in the 2020-21 season, he played 37 games, scoring 7 goals in the first season, then 40 games, 8 goals in the second season, and then last season 47 games, so even more games, scoring 16 goals in all competitions, which is very impressive for at the time 20-year-old player. And he also got 16 assists last season, so 32 goal contributions contributions in 47 games as a 20-year-old, winning the Bundesliga for Bayern Munich. It was Jamal Musiala's goal that won the Bundesliga on the last day of the season for Bayern Munich. And of course he has won the Bundesliga every season at Bayern. We know that Bayern has won 11 Bundesliga titles in a row, but that domination will come to an end because Leverkusen are still 10 points clear at the top of the Bundesliga. And there are some huge clubs battling for the signature of Jamal Musiala, because not only Man City and Liverpool but Real Madrid are also interested in the services of Musiala. And if he doesn't extend his contract, Bayern will probably have to sell him either in the summer or 1 year from now. Of course, Bayern are desperate to keep him. He is probably their best and biggest talent, and being only 21 years old, he is going to get better and better every season. But what is also interesting is that Chelsea has sold Musiala to Bayern Munich in June 2019, and they inserted a 20% sell-on clause in the deal. So in theory, if Liverpool pay 100 million to Bayern Munich, 20 million goes to Chelsea of that 100 million, which is a very smart business by Chelsea, to be honest. But Chelsea are wasting all the money in the world, so I'm not too bothered if Liverpool pay 20 million to Chelsea in that process, because Chelsea spent £1 billion to make to be even worse, to become even worse than before. So I think that's an absolutely world record, to spend £1 billion on your football club, on players, to become worse than before is something of a major achievement, but in a wrong way. And if we talk about German football, I just want to mention Jadon Sancho, who I think was an absolute masterstroke by him to criticize Ten Hag in public and to basically force Man United to let him go, because he was not happy at Man United. He didn't play much football. The Man United Ten Hag era got off to a worse start, and then it got even worse. So it got off to a bad start and got even worse. And Jadon Sancho basically for half a season didn't play. He was at home playing FIFA, probably collected £7.5 million in wages. Then he goes to Dortmund in January on loan, and he fires Dortmund to the Champions League quarter-final, while Man United are not even in the competition. They got knocked out. They finished bottom of their group, which is quite embarrassing, finishing below FC Copenhagen and Galatasaray. And Copenhagen was easily beaten by Manchester City home and away. Galatasaray are already out of the Europa League, I think, as well. So Man United got knocked out by bad teams in terms of top European sides. Copenhagen and Galatasaray are not there yet, and Man United were even worse than them. So I think Jadon Sancho made a good decision getting out of Man United, and now he is flourishing at Dortmund, scoring goals in the Bundesliga, scoring goals in the Champions League with Dortmund. They are in the quarterfinals, and Dortmund have a chance against Atletico Madrid because they are not as convincing as they used to be 2 or 3 years ago. So Atletico Madrid are a beatable team, even though they knocked out Inter, the last season's finalists. Atletico have lost a lot of games in La Liga, so they can be beat, and I'm actually rooting for Dortmund. I like their fans, I like the club. It's Jurgen Klopp's former team, so I have a soft spot for Borussia Dortmund. And German journalists are saying that so far Musiala showed no indication that he wants to leave, but the fact that he didn't sign a contract extension yet means that Bayern Munich will have to be proactive in this situation. And if the situation doesn't change until the summer, then Bayern might look to sell Musiala, even though they don't really want to sell him. They might look to sell him in the summer, because then they have a lot of leverage in the situation. If they wait 1 more year and Musiala just has 1 year left on his contract, then they will lose out on a lot of money, because players who have 1 year left on their contracts, they usually go for 25, 30, 35% below their market value. So right now, if Bayern sells Musiala, then they get the maximum amount of money for him, which is probably more than £100 million. Is Musiala worth 100 million? In today's market, I think yes, because he is one of the best young talents in world football, alongside the likes of Jude Bellingham, Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe. Musiala is one of the top 5 or if not top 10 biggest talents in the world of football. But he's German. Would he want to leave Germany? I think if he doesn't see Bayern Munich regularly challenging for the Champions League trophy, then he could go to Real Madrid or Man City or Liverpool, where he has a bigger chance of winning the Champions League, because ultimately these big players players want to be winning the biggest trophies. And at Bayern, he has won the Bundesliga every season, so it's not really a challenge for him anymore, winning the Bundesliga over and over and over again. Yes, they probably won't win it this season, but would he want to stay in the Bayern team just to win his like 5th Bundesliga title? I think that's not a challenge for him anymore. He would want to test himself in an even better league. And you could argue that the La Liga and definitely the Premier League is stronger than Bundesliga, much more competitive with a lot more better players. And these players, you always back themselves and they always think, I can do it at the biggest stage. I can do it against the Premier League's biggest teams, the La Liga biggest teams. And I mean, if Real Madrid buy Musiala, then their midfield will be even more crazy. Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Bellingham, Valverde and Musiala, that's probably the best midfield 5 of any team in world football. And the Atalanta president spoke to the media after drawing Liverpool, and I think it's fascinating and very interesting to hear an Italian club president talk about Liverpool, the football club. He said for Bergamo it will be something interesting and extraordinary to host Liverpool, which represents one of the greatest clubs in the world. COVID prevented our fans from seeing some really top players. The last time Liverpool played Atalanta, we beat them 5-0 away from home and then we lost to them 2-0 at home. But now these fans can see Atalanta host Liverpool, the president said. The atmosphere created by our fans will surely be spectacular. So just to be clear, Liverpool won 5-0 away from home to Atalanta, but then we lost at Anfield 2-0. So we have to be still very careful of Atalanta because they are very, very strong team and Liverpool will have to take them seriously, and we will take them seriously. The atmosphere created by our fans will surely be spectacular, the Atalanta president said. Bergamo is a city famous for its ability to build. Behind the Atalanta project, there is a lot of work on and off the field. For us to play against Liverpool is extraordinary. It is something we have always dreamed of. We hope to experience these nights for many years, because Atalanta haven't been in the Champions League for too long. They have started to qualify 3 or 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago to the Champions League, and they haven't been in this competition regularly. Even in the Europa League, they get to the quarterfinal. That's a success for Atalanta, but of course they want to push on more. But the president said it's unlucky for us to get Liverpool, because probably apart from Liverpool, Atalanta would have fancied their chances against anyone else. They would fancy their chances against Liverpool as well. They will try their best, but on paper Liverpool should knock Atalanta out. Hopefully we will perform to the maximum of our ability, because I really want Liverpool to win the Europa League with Jurgen Klopp at the helm, and hopefully we can win the Premier League and the FA Cup trophies as well. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.